Hey everyone, this is Prince Watercress, and welcome back to Let's Play WWF Royal Rumble for the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. We checked out the tag team mode last time and did 2 matches, and now we're going to do the same for triple tag team mode. Unlike one-on-one and tag team, there is no tournament mode because there's no 6-man tag team title, much like the Mexican companies as well as WCW had. They had one for like a brief amount of time, and that barely lasted a year. And I'm going to kick off the Super Nintendo half of this video, where I play as 3 good guys and hopefully get 3 bad guys. And, well, I kind of sort of got it. Undertaker can work either way. We got Mr. Perfect, Bret Hart, and Tatanka against $1 Million Man, Undertaker, and Yokozuna. So we got 3 of the good guys from the first half of 1993 against 3 other guys from the first half of 1993. And this really isn't that much different from tag team mode, to be honest. You do have 3 people on your team, but the game only shows 4 characters at one time. 2 on your team, 2 on the opponent's. What you have to do is press select, and you'll switch between the 2 guys in reserve. This is assuming you're playing on Super Nintendo, of course. I'll mention what you have to do on Genesis when that half of the video comes. Other than that, it's not really that much different. And that's pretty much all I have to say about triple tag team mode. I would have done this in live commentary, but I was focusing too much on the match to actually explain what was going on, and therefore I ended up just doing this. And there's Mr. Perfect magically changing into Tatanka. That was me pressing the select button right there. Now, when you do press select and switch partners, when you look at your energy bar, when you do that, of course, you'll see who you switch to. And I'll tell you when I'm about to tag, so that way you can kind of see it. Or you can just look at the upper left-hand corner, that works too. Kind of switch at that point there. Notice how it swiftly changed to Mr. Perfect back to Tatanka there on the name above my energy bar. That means I just switched from Bret Hart to Mr. Perfect for the guy in reserve that is currently on the screen. The computer will take advantage of this tactic as well, just like you can. And it helps if you actually switch between guys often. So in case you tag in someone else, be sure to press the select button, and that will basically help ensure that the guy you just tagged out of action, so you can let in a fresh legal man, will slowly regain their energy. That's basically how 6-man tag works. It's not like the SmackDown vs. Raw series and everything after that. It's not that complex. It's not that technologically powerful enough to show all 6 guys at one time. So they kind of had to make, well, technically the game shows 6 men at one time. They just couldn't find a way to show 3 men on, well, 2 men on the apron at least. I guess they just kind of had to make concessions because I guess they had problems programming it in or something. But that's the Super Nintendo match. And when I come back, I'll show off the Genesis match. So, be right back. Welcome back. We have now switched over from the Super Nintendo to the Sega Genesis, and we're going to do another triple tag team match to add some length to this video. Just like in the Super Nintendo version, I'm going to be playing as 3 good guys on my team, and basically everything that I mentioned in the Super NES part of the video about triple tag mode will obviously, of course, apply to the Sega Genesis version of the game as well. I'm going to torn between who to pick between Savage, Hart, and Hogan first, but I end up picking Randy Savage first, and then just going to the right from there. And the only reason I can do this really awesome team is because I'm playing on the Sega Genesis, because remember, Hogan is Sega exclusive. And we actually get 3 bad guys on the opposing team for once, so that's pretty good. Well, Shawn was a heel back when he was holding the Intercontinental Championship title at this time, of course. The time that I'm recording this is shortly after noon on April 3rd, 2015. And I've suddenly found the time to watch some more episodes of the WWE circa 1993. It's been really fun so far. Thank you, WWE Network, for allowing me to do this and watch all the classic stuff from that far back when it comes to the whole history of the show that is known as Monday Night Raw for the low price of $9.99. And I'm kind of having fun watching the 1993 episode so far. I've already made it to the May 24th, 1993 episode. Also, I should really get away from the model right now. Yeah, don't forget, even in one-on-one mode, once you go outside, everything starts happening. Also, I want to believe that Hulk Hogan's mustache looks a little longer than it should. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just not used to watching Hulk Hogan back in his 80s and 90s heyday. Because I know that once he went to the NWO, he started sporting that much thicker mustache. It wasn't as thin in the Attitude Era of wrestling, the whole late 90s, early 2000s. It wasn't as thin then as it was in the 90s. He grew it out a lot more thicker. And I actually like this recording over the Super Nintendo one because, well, I actually show off all 3 wrestlers on my team a little better. They all seem to get a little more equal time. I actually kind of like that. Now that I'm done explaining everything about the triple tag team mode, I might as well go ahead and mention what we've got left. After this, instead of going straight to Royal Rumble mode, I am going to mention the Brawl modes. I'm going to cover it in both one-on-one, tag team, and the triple tag team modes, because all 3 of them support the Brawl mode. And basically, it's no referee, there's no rules. You can grab the chair that's been sitting at the side of the ring that you've been looking at all this time. You can finally smash into somebody's head. And you can basically do whatever. There's no pinfalls, you just jump your opponent. But rather than just explain to you what it is, I'd rather just go ahead and do a whole video where I cover it in one-on-one and then tag team and then triple tag team mode. And I'm going to do it on just the Sega Genesis version of the game. Super Nintendo is going to sit this one out for once, because I'm going to give you guys 3 matches instead of 2 and kind of give you a little bit of length compared to the videos I've done as of late, and, you know, just make it worthwhile for you guys. So join me then where I do the Brawl modes, one mode after the other, and you get to see me jump people. Anyway, this is Prince Watercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!